a person who never makes any mistake. He never learns anything new, said by Einstein. Actually, in our life, we want to learn many things, but we are afraid of making mistake. But actually, without making mistake, you can't be perfect. If you want to be very good at anything, the time first you have to spend your time. So when you are going to spend your time, you must make some mistakes. So don't be afraid of mistake. Your mistake can be your first teacher. By making mistake and mistake, one day you must be very perfect of doing any work. So actually, when I go to take class, many times I am asked some questions that, brother, how can I be fluent? And also I am asked sometimes that, brother, my pronunciation is not so good, so could you please suggest me how can I change my pronunciation? Yes. So today I'm going to talk about some important questions that I am asked all the time wherever I go. So my first question, many times I am asked, my students, they want to know that, sir or brother, how can I be fluent in English? So please suggest me. Yes. So actually, to be fluent in something, it's not a matter of one day. You can't be very fluent in English language overnight. You have to work on it. You have to wait. You have to be patient. Don't be impractical. By the way, actually, we know a proverb that practice makes a man perfect. You see me, it's me, Mustafa Shrabun here, and every day I take 2 classes in the morning and also in the afternoon. I take 2 classes, and for taking class on spoken English and also on pronunciation, I keep practicing. I practice all the time, most of the time, and even when I go to my department, I practice. When I return from my department, I practice. And you can believe how much do I practice. And all the time, sometimes I change my language and I make English as my first language for practicing. Thus I practice, because if you are not serious about any matter, you can do something but you can't be much better. I have seen many students, those who study in English department also, those who have much knowledge, those who are very good at in English grammar, but actually they are not fluent in English. In spite of having much knowledge, in spite of having much command in English grammar, they can't speak fluently. When I go to converse with them, after some time, when I start talking very smartly, the time they are lag behind. Many times I have noticed. So, to overcome this problem, what we should do, you have to be with English all the time. If you are an English medium student, if you're a university student, I know most of the university students, they read in English version. So, when you read about your departmental subject, try to read in English, and that must be loudly, because if you read silently, the time your brain can be learned, but your mouth won't be fluent. If you want to be fluent in English, somehow you have to be with English all the time. Because those who live in any native country, why can they speak in English? Because they are always in English. If someone from Bangladesh go to England or America, they can learn English language very easily. Not only that, they can be very fluent within very short time. Do you know why? Because willingly or unwillingly, they listen all time English, and also they reply in English. When they are asked any question, they reply in English, they think in English, they talk in English, they do all the activities in English. So, the same activities, if you can apply in your life, staying in Bangladesh, you can be very fluent within very short time. So, my suggestion to you all, that please be with English. So your question, you may have some question here, how can I be with English? Is when you were watching any video, please watch that with English subtitle and pause and practice. And also you have to, most of the time, if you want to relax, if you want to enjoy, then watch some videos where you can enjoy and also practice the English language. And you have to download some also conversation apps. These are very available in the internet and also YouTube in the present time. So you have to change your mindset, and then you have to be practicing all the time. Then I hope you can be very fluent within very short time. Okay, so now I would like to talk about the second question, that is, brother, my pronunciation is not good. So how can I change my pronunciation? How can I be very good at in pronouncing like American native people? Okay, so to reply of this question, I would like to say one thing, that how still now I'm trying heart and soul to be like a native English, because you see my pronunciation is not so good also, but I am on the way. I'm learning, I'm trying. So the way I follow, if you follow the same way, I believe you can be much more fluent, as well as you can change your pronunciation style very easily, and you can be like native. Okay, the style I follow, that some days especially when I try to change my accent, then first I downloaded a video from YouTube, that was the alphabet. First you have to download a video of alphabet, all the alphabets, the way American native people pronounce. You have to download a video of alphabets and try to practice the way they practice all the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, like this way. You have to practice at first all the alphabets, at least 5 to 6 days. Practice all the alphabets, and with alphabet try to say some words like teacher told me to teach a typical topic, like this way. Keep practicing some words at first. Okay, so as I said, first, for learning the pronunciation, the accent American people follow, first you have to download a video class of alphabets, and at least 4 to 5 days you need to practice the way American people say, like A, B, C, and also there are some difference, like we say T, but they don't say T, it must be T. And also we say P, it's not a P, it's P, potato. I like to have potato. This way you have to practice all the alphabets at first. At first you have to practice 4 to 5 days, and every day, like potato, partner, she will be my life partner. This way you have to practice all the alphabet at first. When you are a bit clear about all the alphabets, the next step should be practice passages. Read newspaper with the accent style of the America, like the way I do every morning after saying my morning prayer. After getting up from my bed, I say my prayer, and then I take an English newspaper, and then I start practicing English language. The way now I'm showing, look, here's a piece of newspaper, it's a piece of paper. So the way I do, now follow me, you can see me. Look, J-U protest. First I practice P, T, Q. Like this way I practice all the alphabets, and then I apply in newspaper or any books, any passages. I collect any passages, and then I try to read it very loudly like native people. Look here, a section of teachers and students of Jahangirnagar University continued holding their demonstration on the campus on Thursday, demanding removal of Vice Chancellor Professor Farzan Islam for her alleged involvement in corruption. They continued their protest program despite ban on rally and procession on the university campus. The agitating teachers and students staged a sit-in after looking the main entrance of the administrative, not administrative, administrative building on the campus. This way. You have to, first time it might be difficult, you may find it very difficult, but don't take it seriously, because none can be perfect in a day. You need to take some time, so take time and keep practicing. I believe it with all my heart, because a man who tries, Allah never makes him dissatisfied. You must be very fluent, you must be very good at if you try, because tried never go in vain. Okay, so next, sometime you need to be with American people, because actually I follow American native people all the time. I try to listen their speeches, because I take class in the morning, I take class in the afternoon. I'm always with English, and still I'm talking in English. So this way you have to be fluent. There's no other way that I can be very fluent by doing much more classes. No. At the same time, after doing class, you have to talk. You have to utilize your mouth. That time you can be fluent. So, after practicing all the alphabets, try to listen the speeches of the American people. And most of the time, when I walk around my campus, as well as when I go to take class, when I'm free, when I'm relaxing, I just turn the music on. That time I listen the speeches of Hillary Clinton, because she is very lucid speaker. If you just enjoy her speeches, you can understand every single words she uses. And also, sometimes I listen. I not only listen, I also practice. I pause. Like, I'm very proud to be American, and I would like to thank all the my American fellow. So thus she speaks. That time I pause and I also practice with her. The voice, the accent she used, I also try to use that. So you have to watch much more videos of American native people to be like native. Like Hillary Clinton, you can follow Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Donald Trump also, because he is very good speaker. Sometimes I listen his speeches too. He is also a very good orator. And one more thing, let me tell you, Harvard University is very famous in the world. So the students of the Harvard, sometimes they talk in English, and also in their commencement speeches, these are really very good. They speak very nicely. So when I need to practice the accent of the native people, I go to the website of the Harvard University, and I download some videos and I practice with the students of Harvard University. So these helped me a lot to be fluent, as well as to change my accent, to change my pronunciation. So I hope. And also there's a very good speaker, Shara Busher. You may have heard the name of Shara Busher. She is from Middle East, and she was a student of Harvard University. She has a speech in YouTube, and that is really awesome. That is really very outstanding. So you can follow these students. They are really very good orator. So these ways I follow to be fluent in English, as well as to change my pronunciation. So I hope you people, if you follow all these ways, you can be much more fluent, as well as you can change your pronunciation style. So stay fine, stay better, and keep praying for me. This is all Mustafa Shravan from Islamic University, Bangladesh. That's all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.